In the quaint town of Ravenswood, Halloween was more than just a night of trick-or-treating. It was a night of legends and mysteries. This year, a cursed costume found its way into the hands of a young girl named Lily, setting off a chain of terrifying events that would haunt Ravenswood for generations. As Lily wore the cursed costume, a ghostly masquerade gown, strange occurrences plagued Ravenswood. Shadows danced at the edges of vision, and eerie whispers filled the night air. Unbeknownst to Lily, she had unleashed a vengeful spirit tied to the gown. The vengeful spirit, known as the Lady of Shadows, appeared to Lily, seeking revenge for a centuries-old betrayal. The Lady of Shadows unleashed a horde of ghostly apparitions upon Ravenswood, terrorizing its residents and feeding on their fear. Lily, desperate to stop the haunting, followed the Lady of Shadows to an abandoned mansion on the outskirts of town. Within its walls, she discovered a dark ritual chamber where the Lady of Shadows drew her power. Lily realized she needed to unravel the mansion's secrets to break the curse. In her research, Lily uncovered an ancient pact made by the town's founders and the Lady of Shadows. The founders had betrayed the vengeful spirit, leading to her curse. Lily realized that to end the haunting, she had to honor the pact and fulfill its terms, no matter how ominous they seemed. Under the light of the full moon, Lily performed the moonlit ritual, a ceremony meant to honor the pact and appease the Lady of Shadows. The ritual required great courage, as Lily faced a horde of vengeful spirits and the lady herself, who tested Lily's resolve. During the moonlit ritual, Lily inadvertently tore a hole in the veil between the worlds, allowing malevolent entities to seep into Ravenswood. The town was now plagued not only by the Lady of Shadows, but also by a horde of other supernatural beings hungry for souls. Ravenswood's elders revealed themselves as the Guardians, tasked with protecting the town from supernatural threats. They aided Lily in her quest, imparting ancient knowledge and powerful artifacts to help her battle the malevolent entities that now roamed the town. A massive battle erupted between the Guardians, Lily, and the malevolent entities. The town's streets were filled with supernatural clashes as light magic clashed with darkness. The fate of Ravenswood hung in the balance as the battle raged on. In a moment of selflessness, one of the Guardians sacrificed themselves to seal the tear between worlds. Their sacrifice created a powerful barrier that kept the malevolent entities at bay, but the cost was great, and Ravenswood mourned the loss of a hero. As the dust settled, Ravenswood's secrets began to unravel. Lily and the Guardians discovered a hidden chamber beneath the town, where the founders' betrayal had taken place. Within, they found ancient texts revealing the true nature of the Lady of Shadows and the curse that bound her. To break the curse and end the Lady of Shadows' wrath, Lily embarked on a quest to right the founders' wrongs. She traveled to sacred sites and performed rituals, seeking redemption for the sins of the past. Along the way, she faced challenges that tested her resolve. In the heart of a haunted forest, Lily faced the trial of shadows, a series of tests designed to measure her courage and determination. With the guidance of the Guardians, she navigated the treacherous trials, proving herself worthy of facing the Lady of Shadows. During the trial of shadows, Lily encountered the Lady of Shadows in a moment of vulnerability. The vengeful spirit revealed her tragic past and the betrayal that had bound her to Ravenswood. Lily's compassion stirred a flicker of humanity within the lady, hinting at the possibility of redemption. On another moonlit night, Lily and the Lady of Shadows reunited in the haunted mansion. The lady confessed her sins and the pain she had endured for centuries. Touched by Lily's empathy, the lady agreed to help her break the curse. But a daunting task lay ahead. Under the light of a rare celestial event, Lily and the Lady of Shadows performed the ritual of forgiveness. The ritual required forgiveness from the town's descendants, acknowledging the founders' betrayal and expressing genuine remorse. Ravenswood's residents, guided by the Guardians, participated in the ritual, their sincerity breaking the curse's hold. As forgiveness washed over Ravenswood, the Lady of Shadows began to transform. Her vengeful spirit softened, and she embraced the light. In a burst of ethereal energy, she redeemed her soul, breaking the curse that had bound her for centuries. The town was finally free from her wrath. With the curse lifted, the Lady of Shadows bid farewell to Ravenswood. Her departure was bittersweet, as the town had become her home in a way. She left behind a message of hope, reminding the residents of the power of forgiveness and the strength found in unity. In the wake of the Lady of Shadows' departure, new guardians were chosen from Ravenswood's brave and compassionate residents. They took up the mantle, ensuring that the town would always have protectors against supernatural threats. Ravenswood celebrated its newfound freedom with the Festival of Light, a joyous event that honored forgiveness, unity, and the triumph of good over evil. The festival became an annual tradition, reminding future generations of the town's resilience. Years passed, and Ravenswood thrived, but echoes of the past lingered. Every Halloween, faint whispers and shadowy figures reminded the town's residents of the horrors they had faced. Yet these reminders served as a testament to their strength and the bonds that held them together. On a particularly ominous Halloween night, the shadows stirred once more. Ravenswood's residents felt a familiar chill in the air, and the guardians sensed an unsettling presence. It became clear that the battle was not over, and a new generation would face the challenges of the supernatural. A dark prophecy surfaced, foretelling of a powerful entity's return to Ravenswood. The entity, hungry for revenge, sought to plunge the town into eternal darkness. The Guardians and their new allies deciphered the prophecy, preparing for the impending threat. To thwart the dark prophecy, the Guardians and their allies performed the Midnight Ritual, a complex ceremony meant to strengthen the town's protective wards. The ritual required precise timing and unwavering focus, as the town's safety depended on their success. As the Midnight Ritual commenced, the vengeful entity descended upon Ravenswood, its wrath palpable. It unleashed a horde of malevolent spirits, testing the Guardians' resolve and challenging the town's defenses. The battle was fierce, but Ravenswood stood its ground. During the battle, the Guardians discovered the Heart of Darkness, a cursed artifact that fueled the vengeful entity's power. Realizing that destroying the artifact was the key to victory, they embarked on a perilous journey to locate it, braving haunted landscapes and treacherous traps. The Guardians ventured deep into the abyssal caverns, a labyrinthine network of caves where the Heart of Darkness was rumored to be hidden. The caverns were riddled with ancient traps and guarded by monstrous creatures, testing the Guardians' skills and resourcefulness. In the heart of the abyssal caverns, the Guardians faced the ultimate challenge, an ethereal guardian tasked with protecting the Heart of Darkness. In a heartbreaking sacrifice, one of the Guardians gave their life to defeat the Guardian, allowing the others to seize the artifact. Armed with the artifact, the Guardians returned to Ravenswood for the final confrontation. The vengeful entity, enraged by the loss of the Heart of Darkness, launched a devastating assault on the town. The Guardians, aided by the artifact's power, fought bravely, refusing to yield to the darkness. In a climactic moment, the Guardians harnessed the artifact's power, channeling it into a blinding surge of light. The light engulfed the vengeful entity, purging its darkness and banishing it from Ravenswood. The town was saved, but the cost of victory weighed heavily on the Guardians' hearts. With the vengeful entity defeated, the Guardians mourned their fallen comrade and celebrated their victory. The fallen Guardian's sacrifice became a beacon of hope, inspiring future generations to stand against the forces of darkness and protect Ravenswood with unwavering courage. In the aftermath of the battle, Ravenswood slowly returned to normalcy. The shadows that had plagued the town began to fade, and the air was once again filled with the sounds of laughter and joy. The Guardians, though scared by their experiences, remained vigilant, knowing that the darkness would always seek to return. Years later, on an eclipsed moon, a new threat loomed on the horizon. The Guardians sensed a disturbance in the town's protective wards, signaling the arrival of a formidable adversary. As the eclipse cast an eerie shadow over Ravenswood, the Guardians prepared for the next battle, their determination unwavering. The new threat awakened ancient spirits and malevolent entities, drawing them to Ravenswood like moths to a flame. The town's protective wards flickered under the onslaught, and the Guardians knew that they faced a challenge unlike any before. And so, the eternal vigil of Ravenswood continued. The Guardians stood united, ready to face whatever supernatural forces dared to threaten their town. As long as the bonds of friendship and courage held strong, Ravenswood would remain a beacon of light in the face of darkness, its residents ready to confront the shadows with unwavering resolve. With the arrival of the new threat, ancient prophecies resurfaced, revealing cryptic verses about an otherworldly entity seeking vengeance. The Guardians delved into the town's archives, deciphering the prophecies and learning of a forgotten artifact, the Key of Shadows, said to have the power to banish the entity. The Guardians embarked on a perilous quest to find the Key of Shadows. Guided by the prophecies, they journeyed through enchanted forests, crossed raging rivers, and deciphered riddles left by ancient beings. Along the way, they encountered allies and adversaries, testing their wit and bravery. To prove their worthiness to wield the Key of Shadows, the Guardians faced the trials of elements, a series of challenges representing earth, water, fire, and air. Each Guardian confronted their deepest fears and doubts, emerging stronger and more attuned to the elemental forces they represented. Following the prophecies, the Guardians discovered a lost city buried beneath the sands of time. In its heart, they found the Chamber of Echoes, a place imbued with ancient magic. Within the chamber, they unlocked forgotten wisdom, learning the secrets of the Key of Shadows and its connection to the entity. As the Guardians neared their goal, a shocking betrayal shook their ranks. One of their own, tempted by the entity's promises of power, turned against them, stealing crucial information about the Key of Shadows. The Guardians faced a race against time to prevent the entity's resurrection. The traitorous Guardian led the entity to the Veil of Illusions, a mystical barrier protecting Ravenswood from supernatural threats. With the stolen knowledge, the entity weakened the veil, allowing dark illusions and malevolent spirits to seep into the town. The Guardians fought valiantly, but the entity's power grew stronger. In a surprising turn, the traitorous Guardian experienced a crisis of conscience. Torn between loyalty and redemption, they embarked on a personal journey, seeking ancient wisdom from reclusive mystics. The Guardian faced trials that tested their commitment to Ravenswood and their resolve to undo the harm they had caused. After a grueling journey, the traitorous Guardian returned, wielding newfound wisdom and remorse. They presented the Guardians with a plan to reinforce the Veil of Illusions, strengthening it with the combined power of unity and redemption. Together, they performed a complex ritual, fortifying the veil and pushing back the entity's influence. With the Veil of Illusions reinforced, the Key of Shadows began to resonate with ancient energy. Its glow intensified, signaling the Guardians that their quest was nearing its end. The Guardians, now reunited, followed the Key's ethereal trail, guided by its luminescence. The Guardians and the traitorous Guardian confronted the entity in a climactic battle. Dark tendrils lashed out, and the very air crackled with malevolence. The traitorous Guardian, fueled by redemption, stood at the forefront, channeling the combined strength of all Guardians to weaken the entity's defenses. In a moment of unity, the Guardians channeled their essence into the Key of Shadows, unleashing blinding light that enveloped the entity. The light pierced through the darkness, purging the entity's malevolence and reducing it to a mere wisp of its former self. The town of Ravenswood was saved once again. As the entity weakened, it revealed its tragic origins, a spirit consumed by grief and despair, seeking revenge for a long-forgotten betrayal. The Guardians, now filled with empathy, offered the entity a chance at peace, helping it find closure and guiding its spirit to the afterlife. With the entity vanquished, the Guardians and the traitorous Guardian reinforced the Veil of Illusions further. They incorporated the entity's redeemed essence into the veil, transforming it into a veil of harmony, which not only protected Ravenswood, but also radiated tranquility, fostering a sense of unity among its residents. In a solemn ceremony, the traitorous guardian reaffirmed their oath of loyalty to Ravenswood. Their redemption journey had come full circle, and they vowed to protect the town at all costs, ensuring that the lessons learned from their past mistakes would guide their actions in the future. With the entity's threat finally ended, Ravenswood basked in a newfound peace. The Guardians, now bound by unbreakable bonds of trust and redemption, stood as eternal protectors, ready to face any challenges that might arise. The town celebrated their victory, knowing that as long as unity, courage, and redemption prevailed, Ravenswood would always triumph over the shadows. And so, the tale of Ravenswood became a legend, inspiring generations with the story of how unity and compassion had saved their town from the brink of darkness, reminding them that even in the face of the most malevolent forces, the light of hope and redemption could shine the brightest.